Welcome to Morning Qi Gong with the Levi Tai Chi School. I am Lao Shi Paul Nettles. It is Friday, October 30th, and as you may have noticed, I am dressed more appropriately for the weather. Yesterday was a little tough focus-wise because I was so very cold. I love the cold, don't get me wrong, I really do. I love the cold much more than the heat of summer down here. But that being said, it's also out in the country here, so it's usually a few degrees cooler here than it is in town and what it's forecasted to be. It's also extremely damp still. There's fog off to my off to the east, off to the west there. About a mile or so away I can see it, and so it's very, very clammy out here. And I'll be frank with you, I've gotten a little older and my joints don't care for the cold quite so much, so staying warm has become or staying comfortable is a priority these days. I still love the cold, I just dress better for it now. So and this may be the new default for class. I do intend to stay outside as much as possible. I love the outside. I love being outside. I love being outside with you guys for class. So this may be the new norm, and we'll run with it. It is what it is. We have talked about change a lot here the past, the better part of 2 weeks now, and I think we've returned to it time and again because we have been experiencing, both in a longer time frame and a shorter time frame, a great deal of change. If you look back, 4 or 5 months back to March, I was seeing some posts yesterday on Facebook, back before March happened, we were about this and that other thing, and different memes and things, talking about, before COVID. And of course now we're deep into it, and things continue to change. We continue to face certain challenges. I think, for the most part, in an individual sense, we're facing these changes well. We're handling them well as a group. I think as individuals, most people I know are responsible and careful and thoughtful and mindful and are doing their best in a very difficult time. We complain, we make noise, but then we buckle down and we do what we have to do. And I'm proud of folks for doing that. It's not easy, and it's like we said before too. It's hard to see this as an opportunity, although it is an opportunity in a very deep disguise. I've not been perfect at adapting to it, but I've certainly tried. I know a number of people out there who have adapted to it pretty well, and that's rewarding. Change is not always easy. Change can be frightening. Change can be disturbing. Change can be painful in terms of physical and mental pain. It's inevitable. It's how we proceed. It's how we continue as a species, as an individual, as part of a sangha, as a parent, as a spouse, as an employee, whatever you want to, as an employer, however you want to say it. Change is inevitable, and it is tough to embrace. But just like this, just like Tai Chi, with practice, with time, with effort, it can be done. You've heard the old axiom about even a stone can be worn down by enough water. When I was a kid, we would go to a creek, a little hidden place out in Mississippi where my father grew up, and he knew about it. We'd go to this beautiful creek, and the water was ice cold. Middle of summer, it was ice cold, and every rock out there was as smooth and round as if it had been put in a rock polisher for years. Every rock was just smooth and easy to walk on. There was no sharp jabs in your feet when you walk across the beach. Every rock was, I mean from the big ones to the little ones, was round. And it took me a long time to understand, when I started thinking about those kinds of things, that those rocks were round because they had been rubbing on each other and the water moving across them for probably thousands of years. You know, that creek could have been there, you know, since heaven knows how long. But that constant, tiny action of water with maybe a little sand in it, or one rock brushing against the other, that constant, slow, small action turned these jagged, horrible pieces of stone into these wonderful little smooth rocks that you could walk on with a 6-year-old's bare feet. We don't have 1,000 years to polish our rough edges off, but I think we have a little better tools in our system, in our toolkit, than a river carrying some sand and a little hydrological action. We're better suited than that for change. Change still comes slow, especially change, it seems, that we want. The change we want never races to us, it seems. It's always the change we don't want that will arrive with great alacrity and speed. That's okay too. Nature of the beast. That's how things are. So we change slowly, we work on ourselves, we get better, and we forgive ourselves for being the person we used to be. If we don't care for how we used to be, forgive yourself. You didn't know better. You hadn't changed yet, or you were in the process of changing. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes work. You got there while you're getting there. Forgive yourself for being wrong. Forgive yourself for not changing in time. Forgive yourself for treating your first spouse badly because you didn't know any better. Carrying the guilt and the worry with you isn't going to change anything. It's going to make you miserable. Except the fact that we are occasionally wrong, that we occasionally need to change, and we hopefully work toward that change, and we get better. We forgive ourselves, we forgive others, we go on. All right, before I forget, I want to mention again, it's into class here. Tomorrow is Saturday. We will be at the museum, Alexandria Museum of Art, on the 3rd floor gallery, masked and distanced. There's only a few of us that come to the class these days, so there's ample space to keep plenty of distance around us, even for the most violent of our breathing exercises. Participants are very widely spaced. We're talking 20-25 feet each in the gallery. Ample space. We are masked, of course, the whole time. The museum has a great filtration system because of the artwork, not because of us, but we will certainly take use of it. So the museum, if you do want to get out, if you're getting a little cabin fever, if you're getting a little anxious to get out in the sunshine or out in the fresh air, come to the museum, 10:30 Central Time, 3rd floor gallery. You haven't got to be a member. Just come, enjoy class for half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and then back to your life. It can be very refreshing. And doing the form in a group is very different. If you haven't done the form in a group yet, you're in for a surprise. There's a very wonderful, different vibe when you play the form in a group than when you do singly. And if you don't feel comfortable yet coming out in public, then live feed is here. It's no problem. It truly isn't. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to point fingers. I understand that this can be a scary time. I've had my share of fear in this pandemic. It's normal. So tomorrow, museum, Sunday, we'll do our deep dive into our last posture, Stamp the Earth. That should be a fairly quick little class. We may throw a little Tai Chi in there or something to kind of fill the time out a little bit, but Sunday will be the deep dive into Stamp the Earth, and we'll cover the specifics of what's going on with that, talk about the diaphragm some more, and then we'll find something else to get into. And the important thing is we'll keep coming back here every morning that we can and having class. So, without further ado, appropriately garbed, thermals on, hat well in place. Let's play our form, shall we? Lifting the heavens. Breathe out. All gazes backwards. Bravo. Breathe out. Stars fall to earth. Breathe in. Lion wags tail. Marry heavens and earth. Baduan Jin sits on his throne. Breathe in. Stamp the earth. One more. Tell you, there is nothing like stamp the earth on a cold morning to open your sinuses up big time. And the advantage to wearing gloves is you can't make a fist very well. So got that going for us if you're outside. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you got to enjoy the day, whether you're starting up this morning or you've already watching this late in the afternoon. You've had a good day. I hope it's been a well one for you. I hope you have taken this energy you have cultivated and put it to good use, whatever that may be. I hope you stay comfortable today. I hope you have your house open and aired out, and I hope it's just a wonderful day for you in general. Remember, tomorrow, Alexandria Museum of Art, 10:30 a.m. up in the third floor gallery. Masked and distanced, of course. Sunday is a deep dive. That will be 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on the feed. The class from the museum will, of course, be on the live feed as well. That's usually a little delayed. There's no reliable Wi-Fi there, unfortunately, from my phone. At the museum, it's still kind of squirrely. So, but it will get uploaded at some point Saturday, and then we'll keep moving forward. You and I, we'll just go into winter together. We have to move inside eventually, but we'll do what we got to do. We'll proceed. I hope you, as always, stay well, stay safe, and thank you.